Hello, it's Doris with Aldi Books. Man, so I am back from a whirlwind trip to Vietnam. Yes, I left school Friday at 2:30ish. No, 1:30. Came home and packed. We left town at 2:30, and planes, trains, and automobiles. So we had a driver take us to the port border in Shenzhen, which took about an hour and a half. And then we had to walk across customs into Hong Kong and immigration, I guess. And then got another taxi in Hong Kong to the airport in Hong Kong because flights are so much cheaper from Hong Kong than from Shenzhen. So that took about an hour. And then the flight from Hong Kong to Vietnam, Hanoi, was 2 hours. And then we were expedited through customs immigration in Hanoi because we had connections. It took 5 minutes. It was amazing. Anyway, and then reverse the process coming back on Sunday. We left Sunday our flight left at 12:30. We got to the airport about 11. We left the hotel at 10:30. So, but it all went relatively smoothly, which was just miraculous. And let me just tell you, Hong Kong's fine. I haven't seen much of Hong Kong yet, just the airport, but Hanoi is just absolutely delightful. I loved it so much. Oh my gosh. So don't get me wrong. I greatly enjoy living in China. I love where we live. It's just charming place to live. Very enjoyable, tranquil. I live on the beach. I'm about to walk down there. Less than 5-minute walk, leisurely walk. I could probably run in 3. I don't know. Anyway, but where I live in China is very new development. Shenzhen is a very new city. It's like 20 years old or something. So everything is very uniform and utilitarian. And what I like is cities that are a mix of old and new. And Hanoi is just, there's all of these tall, skinny little buildings, houses, apartments, businesses, just jumbled in together from just different decades and centuries even. And it's so, everywhere you look there's something cool. And flowers, so many flowers. I'm trying to figure out why, like, there are flowers here totally, but so many more there, and it's on the same latitude, both near the ocean, so I'm not sure why there's so many more flowers there. But anyway, we're going back hopefully in March so I can see more, because we were really only there a day and a half tops. Anyway, I have some random hodgepodge footage at the end of this video for you, but really I just wanted to check in because I'm feeling frustrated. Like, I just came off of 2 weeks of vacation, 4 weeks really. 2 weeks at Christmas, 2 weeks of work, and then 2 weeks for Chinese New Year. And I was finally starting to feel caught up with everything, like back in the zone of, the old Doris way of doing things. And then back to work and then a weekend away, and I just am scattered again. Like, I don't know if I'm coming or going. Like, we just did quarterly benchmarks at school. I'm teaching chemistry, if you don't know. And it's just so much work around benchmarks. Like, it's work all the time. Who am I kidding? I was there until 6:30 just grading these benchmarks. I have 6 classes. And today I finally got all the grades in the grade book, but I just want to sit down and chat a minute about where I am with all the books, because I am still reading. I'm back to reading, and that's the one thing that's been consistent so far this year is the reading. Like, I have my watch later almost to 0, and it's back up to 45 again. I was caught up on my videos last month. Like, not caught up. I still have just such a backlog of videos I want to film, but I don't know when I'm going to get them done. I'm taking a minute now to talk to you, but I got to go to the beach because the weather is fine. It's sunny and 70, and I need to get some rays. But I just want to check in. So I thought, like, I don't even know where to start. I'm so just like discombobulated. I have so many videos I need to film, but I just don't know. Anyway, I thought what I would do was be like a currently reading, and check in on my goals, because that'll at least, you know, tell you where I am. So, currently reading, go away, photo camera. Okay, so I have finished 1 book so far this month, and I am 50 pages away from the end of another. So I'm just going to wrap those up real quick for you. The one I finished was The Fisherman and the Dragon by Kirk Wallace Johnson. He is the dude that wrote The Feather Thief that was super popular on BookTube a few years back. And this one is just as good, even better. So The Feather Thief was about the guy that stole all of the rare birds and feathers from the museum in the UK to tie flies for fly fishing. Yeah. It was great. This one is much more hard-hitting. This is the intersection of the Vietnam War and the Vietnamese immigrants from that crisis to the U.S., specifically the Gulf Coast off Texas, and the Ku Klux Klan, because, you know, there were people that didn't want them here. Imagine that. The shrimping industry, and petrochemicals, pollution, just this perfect storm. And the way he weaves together these different crises is just brilliant. If you are, God, who's the guy that I love? Oh my God. I'll think of it later. Erik Larson. If you're an Erik Larson fan, you will really love this. The kind of writing that's very propulsive nonfiction, narrative nonfiction, but also weaving in all different elements and bringing them together. Really good, really good. Okay, the one I am just about done with is A Silent Fire, The Story of Inflammation, Diet, and Disease by Shilpa Ravala. She's a doctor in gastroenterology, which, you know, with celiac disease, I'm very much interested in. So Patrice Jones read this recently, and I was tuned into it. And this one is, it's, you know, science reading, Really enjoyed it. I would say this one is a little more science heavy than most that I've read recently. Not necessarily science heavy, but a little more technical in places. But the second half of this, when she's talking about the different foods and why they are important for our bodies and inflammation and gut health, was just brilliant. Like, the thoughts whirling around in my head right now as I'm finishing this, I'm like, wow, so here for it. Now I want to just include all the fermented foods and diversity and vegetables and fruits and anti-inflammatories and just all the things. So those are the one I finished and the one I'm almost finished with so far in February. The ones I'm currently reading. So I have just started A Mercy by Toni Morrison. This, I think, is maybe back in the 1600s. I've just started it. And it's kind of the first little section. It's very short. But the first section is very, like, you don't even know what's going on. You're wading through the weeds, trying to figure it all out. But that's deliberate with her writing. And then the second chapter is more clear. You're starting to get the picture. But it's back during the slave trade. And maybe 18. It's real early. It's early in time. But the first section was from the perspective of a little girl that's sold into slavery to this other guy. The second chapter is this man who he hasn't bought her per se. He's traded for her somewhat against his will. But that's all I know yet. So he's in business trying to bring himself up in the world. And we're going to see how this goes. Interesting so far. I'm also started Why I Wake Early by Mary Oliver. This is my second Mary Oliver poetry collection. And I also read her essay collection Upstream in December. Or I think it was December for the Book Naturalist Book Club. Britta Bowler recommended this one. I believe this is her favorite Mary Oliver collection. And the title poem from this was just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I think I'm going to finish that one soon because the library is taking it back in 4 days. And it's also pretty short. And then I'm about to start Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. This is the ogre that opens a coffee shop, a little fantasy fiction to spice up my life. So that's where I am with the currently reading. The goals check-in. So Book Naturalist, I finished A Year in the Maine Woods by Bernd Heinrich. This was fabulous. Really enjoyed it, but I need to make a separate review of this soon. That's one of the videos I need to make. And yeah, it's pretty much what it says. For February, we're reading A Bigger Picture, My Fight to Bring a New African Voice to the Climate Crisis by Vanessa Nakate. This is the intersection of nature nonfiction and Black History Month reading. So looking forward to diving into this one very soon. February Book Naturalist, you can still join us. BookTube Prize. So that announcement went out. If you haven't seen it, I will link it below. I'm doing nonfiction again this year. And OMG. My group is the one with the 1,000 plus page World War II tome the Holocaust, George Floyd, 2 poetry collections, one Keats and one a memoir of the daughter of a poet that I have never heard of, and a nonfiction on literary fiction, which I believe I voted for that one. So yes, send me all the good vibes for the BookTube prize reading, because, you know, I don't know about all that. So another one was my focus for China. This is another, I've been meaning to wrap up the books that I read in January. I haven't done that yet. I don't know if I'm gonna, but I need to take these back to my school library because I checked them out from my school library. I found both of these books to be absolutely delightful. Celebrating Chinese New Year is just kind of a picture book all about Chinese New Year, and this was perfect for me. Like, I learned all of these little tidbits about Chinese New Year, and I was telling all my Chinese colleagues all about them, and they were all accurate. So great. And fun fact, Vietnam has a slightly different zodiac, and it's the year of the cat there. Hello. Happy day. And then The Night Diary by Vera Naranandani. This is written from the perspective of, I think she was a 12-year-old little girl that's a twin. Her mother died in childbirth, so she has been raised by her father and grandmother, who are of Indian Hindu heritage. And then her mother was Muslim Indian heritage, and their cook also helped raise them, and he's also Muslim. So this is about when India was liberated from British rule, and there was a civil, I don't know if you'd call it a war, but the nation was divided into India and Pakistan in the 1940s, 1947, I believe. So all of the Hindu Indians that were living in the new Pakistan nation actually had to go back to the Indian side for the most part, because there was civil unrest and it was very dangerous, and vice versa, the Muslims in the Indian side. So this was like, I had never really read or known much about this. Very engaging writing style. It's written as a diary entries to her dead mother, and I really, really enjoyed this. If you're looking for a great read for middle grade March, I would highly, highly recommend this one. Mid-month book bash is this coming weekend. So mid-month book bash is every month. The weekend, the 4-day weekend, Friday through Monday, of or immediately after the 10th of the month. So this Friday it starts again. February mid-month book bash. I hope you join in. It's just taking 4 days to really focus on reading and jumpstart the month with our reading goals. Storygraph, I'm still over there. That's another video I want to make. I want to make a video showing you all the books I have loaded to my Storygraph so far since I joined. It's a very exciting place, but no time. And my physical TBR, I'm trying to finish the 34 books that I have on that. And Heidi sent me a message this morning that she had started The Trees by Percival Everett. And I had totally forgotten. I think I'm supposed to be buddy reading this with her. I think I made a video for you guys and you picked this one for me to read. Yeah, it's all coming back to me. Y'all, like, going to Vietnam for a day and a half and then, you know, teaching chemistry, it really makes all the thoughts fly out of your head. So yeah, I got to start this one this weekend at the very latest. And then literary fiction was my 7th goal. and that's going well. So Matrix by Lauren Groff. This is literary fiction. So good. It's very slow paced. I think this is back in the 1600s in England, I guess. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's England. I'm pretty sure. But this woman, she's, I believe, 17 or 18, and she is a royal bastard and doesn't really fit into the court. So they ship her off to, I forget the word, nunnery is all that's coming to mind at the moment. I'm so frazzled. I apologize. But she ends up building it up from poverty and making it her own little empire, basically. Lesbian perspective. And I thought, like, I was mesmerized from the beginning. And I thought at one point I might not be able to maintain my focus, but it totally, like, it's just her life from the age of about 17 until she dies in her, I guess, late 70s. And again, very slow pace, but it just captured me. And I don't even like this time period generally, but this book really did it for me. Lauren Groff's a brilliant writer. Brilliant writer. So, literary fiction this month so far. So, A Mercy and The Trees. So, when I start those two, I'll be like double January. So that's what we like to see here. I think I need to stop now because this is already 22 minutes long and I still have to add Vietnam to it. So, you know, you don't have to watch that if you don't want to. You don't have to watch any of this, but I guess if you're here listening right now, you already did. So sorry. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and sticking with my frazzled self. Hopefully, I have told the man that all I'm doing this weekend is the Festivus party, and the rest of it is for me to get caught up on all my little introvert projects. So, fingers crossed that I'm less frazzled next time you see me. So, yeah. See you soon. Bye-ish. Okay, also look at my new kitty backpack with glasses. I feel seen. Okay, I got this in Vietnam. On to the Vietnam footage. Good morning, Vietnam. So cute. I love it here. Oh, so nice. Wow. Beautiful. Ooh. Beautiful. Where's the pianist? Wow. Happy New Year. Wow. Oh, so cute. Great view. I am having a fruit festival today. Look at that. Oh, so exciting. Oh, I think that's lychee fruit. And they have gluten-free bread. And little jams on the table. Oh, so exciting. There's the view. I love this artist. Who is it? Yeah. It's a local, maybe. Oh. And this one? Oh, look at this one. That is gorgeous.
She knows the gallery. I don't think we want anything because it's too perfect.
Wow. Wow. I love this. Look at that. Yeah, these are different artists. There's another one. So beautiful. That's a different artist too. Vietnam by taxi. I love all these little buildings squished in here together. They're so cute. Little side street. Oh, so nice. Oh, wow. Bummer. Oh, there we go. There we go. Wow. The flower market. OMG. We're going there later. Cherry blossom season. Wow. There's the cute city of Hanoi. Oh, that's not cute. Sorry. Oh, big bridge. Wow. More city. And I think those are farms over there. Here, what is this? What is this, a river or something? Big river. Here we are. The little village. And we're gonna eat boncha. Oh, so good. It's gonna be tasty. Wow. Boncha. Boncha. Oh. Okay, first line. What is that?
Garlic.
Garlic. Wow, that's a lot of garlic.
And we have fresh garlic as well.
Well, that's garlic too.
Fresh garlic.
Oh.
Just a little bit.
The other
of
was
fresh.
pickled garlic?
Yeah.
Huh.
Hello, Marla.
Enter the phone. Then
Let's see. Hello, Marla. Can you hear me?
chopsticks.
Chopsticks. And we put some in.
Put the rice noodles in. Oh,
Not too much.
too much.
And then
And then, oh,
take some of this.
fresh herbs. So nice.
Mix it a little bit. And then I usually put a little more lemon on top just for hygiene purposes.
Top it off. So good.
And then you mix it up and eat it.
Yay! Wow. This is Nam Hong. It's a village. So it's one street and farms. Wow, so cool. Street, one street, farms on both sides. And that's another village over there. Oh, I love it. So that's Hanoi in the
Yeah, where you
distance.
see the tall buildings
Yeah.
sort of in the horizon.
Here come the train. Oh, so cool. Here it comes. Choo-choo. Oh, so long. In Vietnam. How are you? Happy Bee. This is a rose garden behind the tea shop. Look at this one. Beautiful. Tea shop. Wow, so cool.
Cao. khẩn cấp.
You are requested not to open the aircraft door without cabin's attendance requirements or not in case of emergency.
Trong trường hợp khẩn cấp, hệ thống đèn thoát hiểm sẽ bật sáng, dẫn tiến khách tới cửa thoát hiểm.
In the event of emergency, the escape path marking lights will come on to guide you to the exit.
Tại mỗi cửa thoát hiểm đều có các đèn bảng hiệu lối thoát hiểm. Trong khoang khách có 8 cửa thoát hiểm, 2 cửa ở phía trước, 4 cửa ở giữa, 2 cửa phía sau. Quý khách vui lòng chú ý cửa thoát hiểm gần nhất đối với mình. Xin lưu ý, cửa thoát hiểm gần nhất có thể ở phía sau vị trí ngồi của quý khách.
In the cabin, there are 8 exits, 2 at the front, 4 at the middle, and 2 at the rear. The exit line signs located in the ceiling at each exit area and door frame. Please take a few seconds to familiarize yourself with the nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you.
Trường hợp hạ cánh khẩn cấp xuống nước, áo phao được để trong túi phía dưới ghế hoặc ngăn chứa cạnh ghế.
There is a life jacket stored in a pouch underneath or between seats.
Sử dụng bằng cách lấy áo ra khỏi túi, mặc tròn qua đầu, thắt chặt dây áo quanh eo.
In case of water evacuation, remove the life jacket from the pouch, put it over your head, and secure the drapes firmly around your waist.
Quý khách không được làm phồng áo khi ở trong máy bay. Tại cửa thoát hiểm, quý khách làm phồng áo bằng cách giật mạnh thẻ đỏ hoặc thổi vào miệng van.
Do not inflate it while you are inside the aircraft. The life jacket must only be inflated by pulling down sharply the red
This is
tab
really
when you are at
quite
the exit.
mesmerizing.
It can also be manually inflated by blowing air into the two mouth exits.
Trên áo phao có đèn và còi để gây sự chú ý trong việc nín nhào.
A light and a whistle are attached to the jacket for attraction.
Trên máy bay có sẵn áo phao dành riêng cho trẻ em. Quý khách không được lấy áo phao ra khỏi vị trí khi không có yêu cầu của tiếp viên.
Special life jacket for small children is available on board the aircraft. Do not remove the life jacket from its location without cabin crew's requirement.
Wow, so good.
Để hiểu rõ hơn, xin vui lòng dành thời gian đọc kỹ bản hướng dẫn an toàn được cài đặt trong thùng ghế.
Please take a look at the safety instruction card located in your seat pocket for more details.
Chân thành cảm ơn sự chú ý và chúc quý khách một chuyến bay tốt đẹp.
Here's your new Starbucks mug. So cool. Love it.